Welcome to All's Well Lifestyle. My name is Teemaree. This right here is where we feel good, we be empowered, and we talk about all the ways we can make that happen. You know, it is 12:13. This show happens at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And can I just tell you, it has been a whirlwind here in the studio. You know what? As wonderful as Apple is, I started everything up and all of a sudden the screen goes black and I see that my computer is going through an update. Oh my goodness! That this is perfect real live news for you, because today we're talking about positivity, and you can just imagine how I felt when I'm ready to broadcast on Cyber FM Positive and with my IT family, and we are ready to go and talk about some good things, and all of a sudden my screen goes black and Apple's telling me I'm gonna have to wait and just wait. How do we stay positive when things just go totally opposite from what we want? Well, let me tell you a few things that I did just now. First of all, I took many deep breaths. Then I did everything that I could possibly do. I was like, okay, what could I do? Well, everything technically has to go through my computer. Broadcasting out to Cyber FM, being able to share with my IT family. I can't even start like today. For those of you that are able to visually be with me in the studio, I have no wide shot. I cannot connect my wide shot for you without my computer being technically able to connect with my camera. So I had to do everything that I could, take many deep breaths. I even said a prayer, guys. I even said a prayer. I tell you, the screen was black. There was an Apple and a long time for me to wait. And all I could do is just let it go. I just had to let it go and hope that my IT family was going to still be there, and hope that folks on Cyber FM ready to 10X were going to still just hang on and just let it go. This is real, not live news. Okay. This is hot off the personal development press. Okay. Coming live straight at you, letting you know that these techniques that we talk about here, that I share with you, I use them and I need them and they help me. So we're talking about positive vibes today. And I'm actually kind of glad this happened, because you know what? I know for me, and many of us feel that being positive means we're just like, cheerio, hey, ha ha ha, I'm so happy. I wake up and leap out of the bed. And guess what? That's not always the case. That is a heightened, super cool, awesome, floating, walking on sunshine vibe. But that's not always the case. Sometimes positivity looks like, oh my gosh, rather than going on a profanity tirade, I'm going to just breathe deep, say a prayer, and let it go. You know, we got to be able to roll with the punches here. And so why do we need to do this? Because guess what, guys? All of us have extreme value, worth, and purpose, whatever that is. Whatever that is for you. Like, yes, I have the great joy of sharing these personal development tips, tricks, and tools, these methods, right? And I get to connect with people all around the world, and I love this. And sometimes it's just connecting across the table with my husband, my beloved husband that I love so much, and just making sure that I try to be decent, because maybe I'm stressed or achy or just some other mundane feeling that might not let me be my best. Both are part of my purpose, right? So let's first not mistake our worth and what we're up to. You might be a cashier or a president or a social worker or a mother or a father or a Uber driver. Whatever you're doing is a purpose-filled, wonderful way that you provide something special for the world. So there's that, and then there's the dreams we have, the visions, the goals, the plan, like this All's Well lifestyle show that goes live every Monday and shares these things with you, wonderful beings around the world. This is part of my greater purpose, right? Well, guess what? None of that can happen if we don't stay positive. When we're not able to be positive, we feel tired, cranky, we can't see the light, all we feel is defeated. So today we're talking about positivity, and I'm glad I was able to, I'm not glad I was having to kick off the show late, but I'm glad that, hey, this is hot off the personal development press. Woohoo! Okay, real, live, true happenings and ways that positivity can help me get around this. Okay. And I think that's important too, because as a coach and an author and someone that does this literally for a living, let's not get confused. We hear a lot about the expert. Honey, no. We're all experts. And you know how we get to be experts? By being in practice as often as we can. So while I do coach and author, I like sharing the fact that I'm not at my final destination. I need these things and I use them. And that's why I feel confident sharing them with you. We're going to get into a track right now that's going to help us to remember that positivity is a superpower and we need to activate it because our purpose is very, very needed, wanted, and powerful. If you have a dream, which all of us do not sleep on it. Go after it. And part of that, a big part of that, is being positive. Positivity is so important. It is so necessary because it is what gives us the fuel when things show up in our lives that will inevitably show up. Listen, things are going to go wrong. There's going to be technical issues. There's going to be people that even when they love you, they love you. My husband and I have done this to each other and we are our biggest supporters. And still, sometimes he'll share an idea with me and maybe I don't get it. Or I ask a question that I didn't mean to, but just asking a question deflated him a little bit. And sometimes that'll happen with me. And I kid you not, him and I have been married over 20 years. We love each other very much and we are each other's biggest supporters. So imagine when we're in contact with friends or family or associates where, that bond isn't there or they just don't see what you see. These things are going to happen. See, we need to be our biggest cheerleaders. We need to be our biggest source of strength. And then we need to also plug into others that help us. But positivity is where it's at. And today we're talking about it because there's so many reasons. We started off at the beginning of the show and I just shared with you what happened to me this morning going live on my 10th episode, by the way. Today is the 10th episode of All's Well Lifestyle. So, woohoo! It's an exciting day. I didn't expect it to start off exciting in the sense of technical issues and running late, but guess what? It turned out to be the perfect, real thing I can share with you of why just staying positive through that real thing and the few things that I used helped me to stay focused. Because I'll tell you what, when something like that happens, maybe you're going to make a presentation or you need to provide something in a business meeting, or you need to, have a hard talk with someone you love or a family member, and you're already feeling that, you're ready to present, and then something happens. It could be real easy to have that weigh you down, sour your mood, make you want to give up. But when we stay positive, then we're able to get through it. Okay, so positivity is total key. Thank you so much. I'm seeing here, Monica saying congratulations. Tony, thank you so much. It's just, it's a big thing to stay positive. Okay. why things happen, why your dreams, your plans, your goals, they need you. And the only way you're going to be able to show up is by being positive. But guess what? There's ways to do that. And there's also different types of positivity. So let's get a little bit into that. So there's the positivity that is just radiant and all-encompassing. And this usually just seems to kind of happen to us. It's those wonderful ways and days when all the lights are green, the weather is perfect. Perhaps we just woke up with tons of energy. We dressed in clothing we already own, but somehow today, we look into the mirror and we're just like, who are you, honey? Oh my goodness. There are those magical, wonderful days when everything is wonderful and it's easy to be positive because we feel it. It's like a lightning bolt. It's like radiant energy just filling each and every cell. And so I think that we all know that positivity. There's also the childlike, amazing positivity, the SpongeBob SquarePants positivity, the giggly fun. But those aren't the only positivity traits. And I think we make a mistake when we think that that's what it should look like. Because then there's people here on earth that literally will say, I'm not a positive person. Well, let's see. Sometimes positivity doesn't have those traits, but positivity is just the different choice of not being defeated when there's a technical issue, and instead just being able to get through it with a sense of grace and peace. Or maybe that positivity comes from the kind of ability to use a little bit more of an even keel energy instead of popping off and going crazy because something really disappointing or someone really annoying got in your path. These are positivity traits as well. And they may not be as shiny and as Instagram worthy because they are more calm, more subdued, but they're just as powerful because they help us stay on the path to our destiny. And it doesn't have to feel, even though it always is a superpower, it doesn't have to feel like that hyper positive stance. I really, really want you to take that away. Because if you feel that you're not a positive person, or if you feel that it looks a certain way, you're going to miss the opportunity to use your positive superpower and help yourself stay aligned, stay focused, stay on your path to victory, stay on your path to your purpose. That is so important. Because you're needed, you're wanted, you're valuable, and what you provide, only you can provide. There's a reason why you're alive right here and now. So we're talking about positivity today, and we're talking about why we need it, and we're talking about how to activate it. You know, it's very, very important for us to use this because it's available to us all the time. And because it's really, really needed. I'm telling you, I've had a number of wonderful people. If you've never spoken to what we call senior citizens, okay? If you don't allow yourself, plug in, find any and every senior citizen that you can and talk to them. And they will let you know some very wise things. I have heard from a multitude of senior citizens, and they say, listen, they're like, do things while you're young. They say time goes by quickly. They say things that we worry about aren't really that important. And you know what? I really take that to heart because our time here is important. It is powerful. And the things that we're meant to do are for a reason. They impact other people. So why do we care about positivity? Because positivity will help us to stay in our zone of what is possible. Our zone to be able to speak and be our best with others. And it will give us energy and focus in times where, it's really being challenged either by a person or a place or a thing that's happening. So positivity is important. Now, there's a bunch of benefits to positivity that are very, very good. I spoke a little bit about energy. I spoke about peace. I spoke about being able to really be clear. So like even in the example that I shared today of there's this technical issue, there's only so much I can do. Usually, it can be easy for us to be totally flustered. Like, what is happening? Oh my gosh, everything's going wrong. But when you're able to stay positive, you're able to stay focused. That happened to me this morning in the sense that I was able to really kind of identify, okay, this doesn't feel good. It sucks. I don't want to run late. I don't want to lose my connection with people that are waiting for this show to broadcast. And I don't want the 10th episode of my show to go off this way. But at the same time, what can I control and what can't I control? Unfortunately, I can't do anything about this stupid software update. I've got to let it run its course. So I'm going to breathe. I'm going to say a little prayer. And I'm going to focus. And suddenly, it's all good. Even though I'm still waiting on that thing to happen. That's available to you each and every time. Each and every time. So we're going to talk about our PowerPoint today. Woohoo! We can remember or stay positive by remembering. So sometimes you're not going to feel like being positive. Sometimes you're going to just feel like you want to be mad a little bit, or you want to just kind of be sad a little bit, or you're just, the sound of being positive is annoying. You're just going to be like, look, it does suck or whatever. And guess what? We need to honor our feelings, right? Give yourself a little window for that. But then remember what's at stake in your life. Remember what's at stake. Remember your dream, your hope, your goal, your relationship, your promotion, whatever it is that's happening in your life that is important to you. Remember it. Okay? And that will help you to have a motivator to stay on a positive track and not allow things or people or emotions that we all feel defeat you and take away your positive superpower. And then we can look at any bright side we can find. Now, I know this sounds cliche, but can we just say that cliches are cliches because, well, so many of us agree that they either work or are cool in some way? I mean, it does sound cliche to look to the bright side, but guess what? We can find something good in everything. And, sometimes it's not even something that's associated. So like, for instance, I do appreciate that my MacBook is up to date, but that wouldn't necessarily be a bright side at that moment. That would be more of an irritation. So it's more like, okay, cool. Like, I'm going to connect with the people I'm meant to connect with, even though the show is running late. Or, you know what? Hey, this is actually a real live thing that I could share that's happening now, and I can just offer it up as an authentic experience. It's actually in alignment with the show. So on and so forth. Finding our bright side. There's something bright, something that you're getting, or something that you're able to realize now, or even something totally closely associated with whatever might be deemed negative at the time. That's an opportunity. And finally, we can celebrate the benefits, because when we celebrate the benefits, then that feels supportive. It feels like a reward. So if it's like, oh, cool, I noticed that I was positive today and I actually had more energy. Cool. Then that starts to positively reinforce the reason to stay positive. You could say, okay, yeah, you know what? That was really cool. Oh, I didn't complain today. And then I realized that actually those people that usually gossip didn't hang around me, and I feel better. Oh, cool. That's a good benefit. Whatever it is for you, these can help us to stay positive, focused on what is truly important. This has been a talk about positivity. And I hope that you feel that you can. Look, let yourself go. Let yourself go into the positive side. Let yourself go into finding the light in every situation, into using gratitude, into breathing, just breathing. When things get tough and rough and weird and annoying, they will sometimes. We're alive and we have different moods. There are different seasons. but we can be positive no matter what. And listen, if you're judging yourself, thinking that positivity has to look a certain way, please don't, because it doesn't. Being positive just means not being negative. So whether that means dancing in cartwheels or just breathing and not popping off on somebody, guess what? You win. This is Allswell Lifestyle, and this happens every week, same place, same time. We talk about ways to feel good and be empowered. It is my joy to connect with you on Cyber FM, with my IT family, and everywhere else that you are accessing this show. My name is Teemaree, and I help people to transform with my products, my practices, and my coaching. If you want to connect with me or send me a message or sign up to my email list where you will get rewards right away, then please visit me at my website, teemaree.com. That's TEEMAREE.com. No matter what, let's meet again next week and talk about these wonderful ways that we can feel good and be empowered, because we deserve it. We deserve it. Have a good day and a great, great week. I'll see you again. Bye, guys.
I want to shout you